Phil Official.
What's up, everybody? Jordan from Ginger Snap Disc Golf. And as you can tell from that intro, today I'm going to be talking about my experience of getting to tour a disc golf factory. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to be showcasing a few of the molds that they gave me that I can review. And this is kind of just like the intro and the start of a series and a playlist that I'm going to make. So I just wanted to talk about my great experience that I had with the tour of their factory and also all of the cool things that I noticed. So before we get into that, I just want to give a shout out as well to the very, very kind people that treated me and my wife like family that I met while I was there. One of them being David McCormick, the owner. Also Jen and Paul and Ryan. Just thank y'all for treating us like family. We're out here at hole 2 at Fairview. It's probably like 280 away. It's a little bit uphill. So first disc I'm going to throw up there is the Warrior. It's a 5403. Pretty stable mid-range, honestly. Got a little bit of dome to it. And I found this one while I was there, and it's super clear. Got a really sick stamp on it. I love it. It's max weight. Woo! Dang. Almost forgot to mention, while I'm doing this video, I'm going to be throwing up some different photos and video clips that I got while I was in the factory, so I can show you all as much as possible what it's like to take a tour of a factory. Pretty cool. So one of the first things that I noticed, as soon as you walk into their store and you get past the storefront, there is just racks and racks and racks of discs everywhere. It is so cool. It's like a disc golfer's dream to just walk into a room, see the rows of discs everywhere. And it was so cool just going through, and I'm like, this is what disc golf heaven looks like. The Warrior ended up being parked. Hole 3, it's a little bit over 500 feet of a par 4. The basket is way down there over the walking path behind a big oak tree, maybe. I'm not really sure. I'm going to be throwing the Ether and the Realm on this hole. These are probably the most popular 12 speeds that Gateway has in their lineup. My personal favorite is the Ether, but I know a lot of people love the Realm as well. And these will probably be the first discs that I review in their lineup, but not entirely sure. Pretty cool story about the Ether too. During the tour, there was a guy named Paul, and he actually found out that the Ether was my favorite driver in their lineup. So he went and picked one out and got me to sign it and put it up like on a shelf by his desk, because he just really loves working with YouTubers. Got to see like a disc that Connor from Foundation signed with the Con Man, Sean Man is what they call it. So needless to say, the Ether will always have a spot in my bag. Turn. There we go. That's pretty good, especially for a headwind. Now the Realm, this one's supposed to be a little bit more stable than the Ether. Oh, I threw it so much higher. Not bad though. Another thing that's just super awesome about Gateway is their willingness to work with YouTubers, just overall, and treat people like family too. Like from the moment me and my wife walked in, we felt like family, and I don't know, that's awesome. They don't have to do that, and I'm willing to bet all companies don't do that, so that's really awesome that Gateway's willing to do that. So the Realm actually ended up going a little bit further that way, but with not really a look at the basket. So I'm gonna go with my Ether. I'm probably 100 feet out. I'm gonna go with the Houdini, which is their overstable approach mold. It's a 3303. It has like a chain breaking stamp on it, which is pretty cool. They have the Houdini in several other plastics too. This is the premium, like most tough plastic that they have. Most tough, toughest, whatever. But they have it in some baseline plastics as well too, which they have so many different plastics, and we'll get into that later. All right, hole 4 from the Pro Pad. Finishes up to the left. There's a hay bale there. That's kind of new. There's a hay bale up there. You got to go through this little tunnel that's probably 450 feet away. Super nice. It's 600 feet. Definitely plays a little bit further than that. And on this hole, I'm going to showcase the Javelin. This is actually an unreleased disc from them that they were kind enough to hook me up with and kind of review and give my thoughts on. This disc, it was made specifically for Cupcake or Jacob Curtis on the tour. We all know how powerful of a thrower he is. The goal was to make him a very overstable disc, and let's just say they were successful. That leads me to the next thing I noticed when I was getting a tour of their factory. Their willingness to make a player on their team a specific mold that works for them is absolutely crazy. And not only that too, but their ability, and I'll show some clips of it, their ability to just constantly make new plastic combinations, and they have different moldings that they'll experiment with, and their ability to do all of that and their willingness to just constantly create is absolutely insane. I mean, they have, as of now, around 30 and counting plastic combinations, and the ones on the wall that I'm going to show you are just like their main plastics. To have around like 30 plus plastic combinations and still creating more is absolutely insane. So stable. I know y'all could tell that was thrown with a little bit of Anheuser, and it just immediately fought out of it. Ooh. It's very short, but it's sort of flexed. I'm kind of surprised. This in with the Houdini. I've been wanting to say this ever since I've got it. Now you see it. If that would have went in, I was going to say now you don't. Oh man, come on. I don't know if that hit a single chain. All right, we're at hole 5. I'm going to showcase their mid-range called the Element. It is a 5.5 -1 super neutral, super glidey too. I would even say it probably has a 6 glide. This hole is about 305 feet. It looks like they moved the basket to the left about 50 feet. I actually kind of like that. It's more realistic of a line, in my opinion. Go right up the middle and just hyzer flip this right at the basket. Keep going. Dude. The low ceiling. Did y'all see just how that disc is a laser beam of a mid-range? It's so good. Another one of the really awesome parts about the tour is just all the conversations I got to have, and then one of which being the owner, David McCormick, and I got to hear him talk about how they're working on a new basket, and just getting to hear the knowledge of all the people that worked there and how much actually goes into making a disc, and all of that was just such an awesome experience. It kind of gives you a whole new respect for how discs are made, what these factories, what these companies are doing to help grow the sport and just to give us a good product. Like, there is so much that goes into it. So that was really awesome. Not only did I get to have a lot of great conversation with people there, I also got to walk around and just look at all of the different things, the machines, and just all sorts of things that are used to make these discs, and like getting to walk around and see the injector molds and the different molds up on the wall, and just all the things that goes into making a disc. Being able to see all of that in person was just amazing. All right, hole 6, it's like 230 feet, just a typical tunnel shot in the woods. And the last disc that I'm going to showcase is the Gateway Wizard, except this is in their diamond plastic. So it's their famous Wizard that they're known for, but in a premium plastic, and I've actually found it to be a really good throwing putter. Kind of neutral to overstable. Oh, dude. That was such a good shot until it hit the last tree. The last thing I want to talk about my tour that was just so awesome and really made me feel special, honestly, and feel at home. Gateway was kind enough, and we had talked about it prior, to letting me have just a bunch of different molds and review some plastic for them. And it was so cool, like going through the racks and picking out the exact mold and color and stamp and everything that I wanted. It was just insane, because for me, I imagine that's what it feels like to be a pro, when you just walk into like your sponsor store and you're like, this is what I want, this is what I want, and this has the exact feel that I want, and all those different things. So that was a super cool experience, and a huge thank you again to Gateway Disc Sports for allowing me to even do that. It's super awesome. Oh, come on. That's not it. That's close though. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you're ever in the St. Louis area, do yourself a favor, go check out the Gateway Disc Sports factory store. They have an awesome storefront and they are very, very kind. They're going to treat you like family. And it is such a cool tour. You learn so much and see so many cool things. So I'll definitely suggest going. Got some more content coming out from my trip to Missouri that I had for my birthday. That'll be coming out soon. I'm going to be reviewing a bunch of their discs soon. This is the first video of many to come. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also shout out to all of y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support. We are well over 1,000 subscribers now. And that's in about 5 months. So that's really crazy. The growth of the channel and the support from y'all has blown my mind. So thank y'all so much for that. Thank you again. Shout out to Gateway Disc Sports. Go check them out if you haven't already. As always, stay snappy. Love y'all. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have the opportunity, go check out a disc golf factory store. They're pretty cool.